Alright, episode 20 of the Premyslid Tales, as I'm still a worshipper of Chernobog, not to mention the Vedun, and I'm trying to at least attempt to recruit one of my daughters to the Cold Ones so I can perform an unholy impregnation on her. Which I thought that, hey, we can do this again. Let's give her to another demon child of Chernobog, but this time it would be of my dynasty. From behind, the curtain life is certainly more visible, and I gained intrigue, which is good if I wish to continue to perform my, dark duties. I'll be 50 next year. Also, meeting with Drahomira. Let me see her traits. That didn't work. I didn't think about it. I didn't look at her traits. I just looked, daughter, dip. Yeah. Meeting with Drahomira, I made sure to only cautiously question the absolute power of her almighty Perun. Regretfully, it seems that my words only irritated my niece. From the steely look she finally gave me, I should probably steer clear of her now. Don't you worry. It's gotta be one of my sisters, then. Like, who is the more sinful? Could have done this one. Maybe it would have stood a better chance. Plus, both of her husbands are dead. I don't know what you're doing over there in Svithiod, which is an old Norse name for Sweden. So you're winning the subjugation war, which would mean not only take back Zagreb and Vegeta, but also Sopron would become part of Serbia instead of our duchy. Otherwise, I would have fought Serbia in a de jure war for this high chieftain. See, Duchy of Esztergom, or Osterholm, which is a Bohemian name now. Bohemians, Slovakia. Speed it up a bit. How's my Slovakian weather? Wow, 76, you lived long. Compared to him who died of severe stress. He did something. Or I could do that. Or, no. Don't even think about it. Also, what prisoners are here? I forgot who they are. Oh, hey. You can get out. Stick it here. Yeah, good. Just wondering, could I potentially recruit somebody? If there isn't any, then just don't have anything to offer for them. Especially this one, I mean, she's way too old. Get out of here. Well, let's release all the women then. They're all too old to be around. Stressed again. I also built myself a silver market in Premyslid. Only the iron and Usora's being supplied to these trade routes. So why not? Let's build a fort. Maybe we can hold off Viking incursions for those who wish to visit here in see, now it's part of Serbia. Now if they can only get Usora, which is held by the Khan himself who lives over there, which mind you, they're mainly Avars. I was about to say, that guy doesn't look Avar. Based on the Croatian mother of his, so he looks more Croatian than Avar. Oh, she's Greek Orthodox. What the heck? But they are descendants of these Arabs who live over there still. They were once Tengri. Let's keep them healthy for once, because we made so much money and I don't know what to do with it. Give it to some courtier. You're about to turn adult in a few years. That's what I'm struggling with myself. What do I do with all that money? Overthrow ruler. Sweet. Oh, I better jail his ass right now. There we go. That plan isn't going to come to fruition. Thinking about overthrowing me? Yeah, you're outraged by the succession law change. It's only for the best, so that's why Havel, even though he's disfigured, will be the next emperor of Bohemia. Another arbitrary ruler to be found out future. This is what I mean. We never had a just ruler in our dynasty's history. We're just not good people. Next year, we'll vote to get it up to max tribal organization. Then the plan's going to come to fruition. In our way of feudalizing, because again, once this old demonic ruler dies, the next one is going to be our first Christian ruler. That's what I have planned. And the only way to become Christian is just, well, wait until somebody from the Holy Roman Empire or in Bavaria to send us a court chaplain to start this missionary here. Life isn't too bad, no longer stressed. Send a Catholic man to perform missionary, then let him spread the faith, and then I'll eventually become Catholic. Or get dominated by another fellow Catholic in a theological debate. And no longer wounded and now scarred. Then again, I have my mask, so no one can see my scar, whatever kind of injury I had. Thinking. Oh yeah, it has to be 3 months low. See if I can try her. Try to get her to recruit. I mean, she has more sins than virtues, and hey, it might be a better chance. Slightly. Or the chances are just random. When recruiting somebody into our society. Same thing. Last. Might as well. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Go back to her. Look at her children. Even though they are Norse. Oh boy. No, it has to be a Premyslid. Well, somebody who's... I mean, you have those two. I mean... Oh gee, I can absorb the life force. But that's only to prolong my life. What? Okay, that's just for... Gee, most of you guys want to marry. How about you? Young warriors complained that because of the timepiece they haven't had chances to looting or to show courage. In their opinion, this state of affairs leads to marriages, it's social stagnation. Everybody of you will have chances to loot. I mean, they're not raiders, but they're just a new army where you don't have to pay for maintenance. Which is just fine. It's just for them to have when we use them in future conflicts. How's your wife? Is she pregnant? Well, whenever you give birth to a daughter, I might have to... Oh god, what are you thinking about? You're gonna duck some girl, then you're gonna... Oh... You're gonna duck some girl and cause all sorts of problems. Oh hey, he's possessed. Why don't we recruit this guy? Money. Oh, I think I know what to do to spend a great deal of money. Premyslid, is it one of the counties that might be given away? No. We're going to build a temple here. Spend a good deal of money on building a temple in Premyslid. Because why not? Last. You may never know, I'm going to use Tainted Touch on you, just as a way of pissing me off, but I don't want to go willy-nilly around because I'm still under suspicion. You want to subjugate all of Bulgaria? Serbia's after Usora. Slovakia wants Pest. Is their army really that weak? Well, they just spawned it, so I guess it might have backfired. Again, that's none of my concern, even if I wanted these lands. But I would rather fight Serbia to grab Southfront just to unite the High Chieftain. But I can't do that now, can I? Huh. But what I kind of want to do, but in a much riskier task, is to fight a war against the Holy Roman Empire and destroy the crown, which would be a likely story. You want my help for Usora? Sure. Oh boy, did they just spawn more of these guys? Yep. Just when I was having peacetime. What's my weapon skill? Where is it? 1. Then I'll need to win a duel, at least just 1. Again, only doing Serbia a favor. And I thought Belgrade was under Serbia's control. I thought they took it back. Yeah, with friends like these, and I'd rather help Pomerania. Yeah, we'll help you over there. It'll be a while. Look at you. The writings of Aristotle contest the possibility of something being created from nothing. This is in stark contradiction with the teachings of the church. Now I am more trusting in my philosophy than my religion. Nothing can come from nothing. Now I'm cynical. That's good. See? Cynical. Oh, I thought cynical was part of getting more dark powers. But no, it's considered a sin. So finally, those teachings of Aristotle, which didn't make sense to me at first, now make sense now. Look, if Bulgaria were to be subjugated, then this would be part of the Bohemian Empire. Some of which I'm in no mood of wanting it for my own. That's too much. I did not understand fear before, but I once felt my legs shake and cheap chatter with fear. Then it is hard to remain brave. Now I'm no longer brave. No longer the brave and the bold. Married anybody yet? Good luck. Hey. Can't adopt it? Nope. Can't do that. Oh, I almost forgot something. The tribal organization, but unfortunately, even when I vote in, it's still going to be even. Well, time to do something unpopular. Oops. Well, that's a point of loyalist. So there you go. Now we vote in on it. Sounds a little cheating, but it is what it is. So therefore we have a max tribal organization. Which again, chiefs have control over their vassals with laws similar to that of feudal lords. Fine, that stuff is complete, but all you need is not to be a pagan. So, as I said, it's not going to be this ruler that would become the first Catholic Bohemian ruler, but also, what prison did I just get? Oh yeah, I forgot I had to jail him because he has a plot against me. You're not going to have any favors on your get out of jail free card. I need to find a girl or something who's of a Premyslid dynasty that is not married or not currently married. We got prisoners. 3 of them. All of which are willing to pay the bounty. Exclude this man. Disappointing but understandable. I mean, he's a good man. It's just, yeah, he's a bit greedy, but what can you do about it? He's strong and he's a theologian. Although I can jail him, but no, I'm gonna leave him alone. He gets away with it. Even if the more religious Slavs don't particularly like it. So my piety's still going down because of the damn Necronomicon. And being cynical doesn't help it either. But that's not really my concern. Also, when is my Temple and Donuts say going to be done? I'll move on in a moment. Next year. Guess you can go take, I guess we'll go to Belgrade now. I don't know what the hell these Serbs are doing, but do what you gotta do. Once you get Usora, then you basically have, and if you were to get Belgrade, then there you have it. Now you have your own Yugoslavia. With the exception of Dalmatia, because that would be very hard to get for you. It's my dark power on. Wait a minute. Daughter and nephew married? Good, I hope you don't become in red, but let's try to recruit this person. Even though I don't think it'll happen. God, if we have to get Serbian prisoners, I'm sorry. Maybe... Okay, you're gonna... Yeah, you're depressed, but at least the son isn't born inbred. And you're heir to CK2 Avars, then God, imagine what I could do to you. What I could do to you. Stop. 7 years old, a ball guard. What's her education? Marsh? Okay. Be a teacher then. Although she's kind of a bit slow, but good luck with that. Normally I would pay off the bounty, ransom. So I'm basically gonna say screw it. So since when did Bulgaria get its own ships? Oh yeah, they have a coast about over there. Sneaky bastards. I think they're gonna want Usora back. But we'll take the rest of Belgrade. Factions? What factions? If they keep it up like that, then there's gonna be trouble. It's not going to tell another year where I'll change my ambition. When you say increase council power, you mean you just want war declaration. That's another thing I should do. Once I go Catholic, and if I have many people that are loyal to me after we get through all the conversion and everything, then we're going to try to keep changing these laws all to ruler. Because let's say the Bohemian Empire in the far future will become a bit more authoritarian. Autocracy, that's the word that I'm looking for. Oh hell. My Slovak friends. Oh, those Serbs and Slovaks. And somehow they successfully held them off. Okay, it looks like you don't need our help then. Only because they took a river crossing. Tactical error on their part. Not a sinner, huh? I'll give you some sins. Try to recruit this one. Again, I'm being a little active at this time. In the middle of the night, I seclude myself in a room. I have meticulously prepared for tonight's festival. With every step of the ritual complete, the air in the room grows more and more pressing, until finally I sense I'm about to unleash a being of terrible power to my unsuspecting foe. Do it. Ah, here we go. Meeting with Blazana, I made sure to only cautiously question the absolute power of her almighty Peru. Thankfully, it seems that my carefully chosen words had a desired effect on her. From her glittering eyes, I got the distinct impression that she enjoyed the philosophical aspect of our conversation. See, your pride and arbitrariness benefit you. A sensible woman. No, no. I've arranged a runner of Blazena on the palisades of a village today. Her face darkens when I again attempt to discuss my worldviews. Then I offer her my favorite protection spell, a chicken leg in a leather pouch. I thought it was harmless enough, but she refuses to accept the gift. This has been wasted. Never. She's locked in her views. Gee, just more. It's hard to do that. So when Stanislava grows up... Oh, I don't think that's going to work because she's jealous. When Stanislav... Well, of course, Lord. Let us jump, my love. That's plus 10 more fertility, so we don't know if we already... the suspense is killing me with the stress trade all the time. Go over there. See if we can get a fern flower. I doubt it. Hey, wait a minute. Hold it. Turn around. No fern flower. Just a little cheery for me. Oh, we're gonna meet him. This is where the big fight is going. And some of them took a shortcut by... Well, not as a shortcut, but... Alright. Got her possessed. I'm keeping my eye on you. Okay, where is she again? Okay, here. I'm keeping my eye on her. Just give me 2 more months, then we'll try to get her to recruit to the cold one. So maybe her demonic possession. Stop! I forgot. Most important thing. Assault. And I will lead my men in the front. I'm gonna be a frontline warrior. High martial skill for all commanders. Also the temple in Premyslid has been finished. I'll deal with that in a moment. There, we took care of your piece of business. Pisak is the name of it. Good man. Alright, we win. Again, this is Serbia's call. So I'll just be heading home. And one day I will have to fight against Serbia just to grab that one piece of territory. Which, again, that can only work if we could just fabricate a claim there. I wouldn't mind betraying one of my, those in the same faith as me. Guards, oil up the rack. Bosnia is now reunited. Except it's full of Avars now. There are no Bosnians in Usora, but they were formerly Croatian. Eek. Alright, let's try to recruit her this time. As I said, I really want one in there so bad. Go. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, you go ahead and do that. Huh. How's my Antichrist of a son? September 10th. Mind you, remind me, he's at court. Hello, Manian. So if I was to raise a guardian, I mean, I would love to have the intrigue focus. Because it would make more sense. Just wait till September 10th. Not to be confused with the previous dress-off. Names are similar. Well, we really destroyed Bulgaria. His army, at least. How many number of troops? What was that? Oh, 2,000. Well, I guess the rest are probably still down there somewhere. Because they're about to win their war, then they're gonna come up and fuck everybody up. If you want Salzburg, that's fine. I mean, it is part of modern Austria today. Oh boy. There. Guess him. I mean, the other guy's way too old. Also, get ready for September 10th. September 10th. Unless she's got to him already. Wait, it's a bastard child. It's not legitimized. Take care of him. Alright, I got this boy, Gleb, giving him intrigue education and assigned to this possessed woman. How appropriate enough to be teaching him. Horses need discipline. Start the training, damn it. But if you manage to capture Salzburg, then new place to raid with 4 different holdings, and Lord knows how many people they live in it. Especially with the amount of gold that they may have. Till 9th of December. Switch back to intrigue, focus, spy on them, lock them up. We're doing that again. Or, alternatively, doesn't say anything about abducting somebody, but maybe I can stop the guy. I'll attempt to abduct him. I've put out a word among my brethren and the cold ones. When an opportunity presents itself, my brothers and sisters and my son will attempt to snatch Chief Altikar and bring him to me in chains. If it fails, then I can always put a tainted touch on him and make him sick or something. I don't know. Give him cancer. Something for him to remember me by. Investment in local market, monthly wealth for 2 years? Yow. That's a hell of an idea. See, hard-earned money's got to be spent somewhere. I mean, I can't just be building temples in my surrounding counties. And I recall Hradec has one too, right? Yeah. Alright, let's begin. No, not this way. Well, my nephew hates my guts, but I'll spy on him. Wonder what secrets you're hiding. We'll just have to tell him to stay out of his factions. Simple option. What does he not like about me? A lot of things. My fellows and the Coleman's informed me that Chief Altikar plans to travel the realm incognito for a lark mingling with the common folk. He will be only protected by 2 loyal friends during this little adventure. A great opportunity to have him abducted, if I so wish. Prove the scheme. As I said, we just gotta put it into the scheme. We got him. So what you gonna do? Yes, we're still trying to convert the Czechs in South from Catholic to Slavic. They aren't doing so well in the moral authority because of the anti-popes that they have. As well as the increasing amount of heresies. Which, by the way, how does that look? Cathars in northern Germany. Part of it in England, Scotland, Ireland. Wall de Seine. Frattesini. Lala. Yep, they pop up just about anywhere. And they're even in the freaking... That's another thing I would have to do when I'm in a... Whenever I'm a Catholic Empire, or the Bohemian Empire in the future. One of these days, whenever I feel, I don't know, disillusioned, whenever the time is right, but that's far into the series, but I don't think the series is going to last long. I mean, I have plans for this. Oh, I thought they were winning, but this time they're losing. By they, I mean, this is for Cyprus. That's this county over there. Also, who's that? I found nothing new and useful about Chief Spitinov of Radston, but as my shame for him, there's nothing really preventing me from making stuff up. The bigger the lie. He has an imaginary friend named Pampo. Damn it, man. Aha. Think. Think. When is the next vote? 3 years. Again, legalism doesn't really matter to me unless I become feudal. Apparently you're Croatian nut. Check. I see. Oh, I gotta can his ass somehow. Oh, I know what to do. This may not be a bad idea at all. Damn it. What the hell was I thinking? I just lost my train of thought because I forgot I was gonna do. Oh. There you go. I'm gonna taint your health. You just wait and see. As I said, just wanted to can his ass just for, I don't know, making shit up. You have an imaginary friend, but I'm gonna give you something that isn't quite so imaginary. You know what? He's got the first sin, envious. You know, if I wanted to drive that point home, how about I possess that boy of yours? Just to give him the possess trait and... Yep. Now I'm highly suspicious. Carton. That's where Slovenes live. Yeah. Just give me a moment. One of my informants, a young soldier with more vices than he could afford, has managed to gain the trust of Chief Spintinev and often stand guard outside his door. I don't understand how the fellow managed it, but who am I to look a gift horse in the mouth? For enough gold, he might be persuaded to get rid of Spintinev violently. Yes, sure, why not? Do it. Plus, do you really need my... In disguise, I've made a my friend. Chief Spintinev's burly arms and his shifty-looking associate at a rundown tavern. Shamefacedly, he recounts how they stabbed Chief Spintinev in his bed and they somehow managed to get away. I pat on the soldier and tell him sorry. Outside, I ordered my guards to tie up the loose ends. So he's wounded, so he ain't dead yet. Well, don't worry. I got plans for him too. In the way of, tight a touch! Or was that to the other guy? I don't remember who I'm doing what to. But again, I'm just a bit hesitant. I mean, sure I could kick their ass and everything. It's just, hey, Serbia, you can do it. You've done it once, and I believe you can do it again. Alright, the boy's possessed. There you go. Now you're truly the child of Chernobog, because you don't look convincing enough to me. Don't tell your mother that I possessed you. Or your guardian either. Because she's possessed too, so everything's cool. Oh boy, what am I doing possessing children? But hey, it's better than abducting. But at least she's turned Czech instead of Bulgar. God damn. Okay, he died of depression. So Varazdin is mine. Yeah. He didn't commit suicide, it just says died of depression. I got two sons named Bohuslav? You know? How did I get those names confused? I mean, I'm the one who's named them, I just... Yeah. You're possessed Bohuslav and you're not possessed Bohuslav. That's the way, that's how you can tell from one to another. Where's that at? Over there. High Chieftain of Siberia. At least the Slavs are making a comeback. And how did Poland get up there? Usurper. Look at that. Nearly all the Holy Roman Empire is clean from the revolts. But I'm really thinking about it. Overthrow ruler. Hey, stop that. Okay. Serbia turned into Croatia. He changed title. But then again, he was always a Croatian origin. Plus, he now has the titles of Croatia and Serbia. So there you go. Yugoslavia is born right then and there. You a member of the Cold Ones? No? How about I recruit you? And have a non-aggression pact. Alright, I've waged a run-in with King Premyslid on the palisades of his castle today. His face lights up on steaming, and we stay out talking for hours. I offer him a protection spell and a letter pouch. Of course, I do not explain the content, yet he smiles, accepting the token. It's one more little push. Come on, I know you want to be part of it. Chernobog can save you. Perhaps he could save your wife. When I proceeded to reveal the brand on my lower arm, certain that the final hook would sink in, he inhaled sharply, worrying me for a second. So you're truly a Koldun then, he says in ignorant relief. Can you ever do something about my rival? He continues icily. Patience, brother. We shall speak more soon. The Koldunya Rania will handle it from here. I don't know who she is, but I don't care. As long as he follows the instructions, and Croatia and Bohemia, we're gonna be good buds. Hey. I don't know why, but I thought of an idea that I should give Bohuslav Varazdin and give him independence, and then hopefully Croatia takes care of that, then there you go! Fully reunited. Because Varazdin is not what I had in mind. But it's too bad I don't have the ability to fully trade away counties to another country. It's not my nature. You know, whenever they're finished their little war down there, maybe I should start raiding again. You see, all this money, we're going to save all that money once we have a new ruler, and then become a Christian, then feudalize the country, then we'll use all that money to build our castle, towns, and things like that. We just want Bohemia to change for a better. You Slav yet? Oh, I forgot something. Oh, it's like, what happened to these people? Murdered, sacrificed by High Chief Organa. Sacrificed by High Chief Toddy. It's a cruel world, ain't it? Now, we'll stop this episode here and turn in for the next one because I'll try to think of some things. I'll try to think of things.